All right, guys, it's January 16th, already halfway through the month. The year's flying by. Turkey season will be here before we know it. This is my absolute favorite time of year, my favorite animal to hunt. I love spring turkey. I love springtime, the new growth in the woods, being in the woods with friends and family, just experiencing all things turkey together. It's like a drug to me. Once I start having these interactions with turkeys, I can't stop. It's such a special time of year. I wish we could do it all year, but it wouldn't be so special if we could do it all the time. So I really look forward to and try and soak in the springtime every year when it rolls around. For the video today, I just want to bring some helpful tips to new turkey hunters. This video is going to be really geared towards year one, maybe year two turkey hunters, trying to give you guys some tips that have helped me in the past harvest turkeys. So let's start with the basics. Tip number one is just going to be scouting. One of the best ways you can scout is just getting boots on the ground and learning the property that you're going to be hunting on. If you can do that pre-season, this will pay off tremendously. If you can find things such as tracks in the road, scratching, poop, strut marks, anything that gives you verification that turkeys have been in the area will give you a leg up once the season opens. Another aspect of scouting is going to be trying to roost the turkey the evening before your hunt. You will have a tremendous advantage if you know where that turkey is roosted and you can get in close the morning of the hunt. If you can slip in between 75 and 100 yards, throw some light calls to that bird, get him interested, let him know that you're there, your chances of success are going to be much higher than if you go in blind. Lastly, one thing you can use to your advantage is e-scouting. Using an app such as onX to look at terrain features, property lines, using distance measurements. All of these features that are on these types of apps can really help you be successful if you use them to your advantage. So I would recommend downloading an app like this before the season starts, getting used to using it. That way, pre-season or in the moment, you know where to go, how to use it, and how to use it to your advantage. Tip number two is just going to be having general awareness of how well turkeys can actually see and hear. And this will be really applicable in your setup. If you've got a turkey coming, you're calling, he's answering, you think he's coming into you, try not to set up in the direct sunlight. If that turkey breaks through the woods or crest a ridge and he sees you and the sun's just glaring on you, you can forget it. He's going to putt, run out of there, fly out of there, and your hunt's probably going to be over. So try and avoid setting up in the direct sunlight, and also try and break up your backdrop a little bit. You can do this by setting up next to a big tree stump, a root ball, deadfall, something to where your background is broken up a little bit and helps conceal you a little bit better. And lastly on this one, you want to try and set up to where that turkey's come in, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. As soon as he breaks to where you think you can see him, you want to move the least amount you can in order to get a shot off. You really just want to stick your head down there, look at the bead, and be able to shoot. All right, so if you can set yourself up in a position where you think the turkey's going to come in and all you have to do is just move your head down a little bit maybe to get right on him, your chances of success will be much higher because you likely won't get busted. Tip number three is going to focus on calling. This is probably the number one mistake that most new turkey hunters make. You don't have to be a Grand National crow calling, owl hooting, turkey yelping champion in order to kill turkeys though. A lot of turkeys have been killed using just clucks, cuts, and yelps, whether that's on a diaphragm call, a pot call, a box call, whatever it may be. As long as you can produce a quality sound, and this takes time and practice, you don't really have to call a lot and have to have all these intricate types of calls in your playbook, in your back pocket. So a recommendation on this one would be going to watch some YouTube references. Dave Owens with Pinhoti Project is probably one of my favorite turkey hunters to watch. I really like the way he calls and I learn from his videos. So YouTube is a great reference, but the best way to learn is going to be just out in the field and getting experience. Listening to hens in the wild, listening to them yelp and call, because that gobbler has been listening to that hen and that flock for months and he knows the exact way they sound. So after saying that, if you are in an instance where you're calling and you can hear a hen calling as well, you want to try and imitate her to a T. Again, that gobbler, if there's one around, he's been listening to her for months. He knows the exact way she sounds. So if you can imitate her, you might can fool him and get him to come into range. My last tip on calling is going to be use what the gobbler is responding to. So if you're just trying to strike up a bird, you're walking through the woods and you hit a couple cuts and yelps on your pot call, this is just an example, on your pot call, and he responds, keep using that. All right, that's what he likes. That's what may be enticing him. So if he's answering a certain type of call, try and keep using that to call that bird in. Try not to switch over to a diaphragm or a box call. Try and keep using what he's responding to, what he likes, in order to try and bring that turkey in. All right, tip number 4 is going to be related to calling. It's going to be, don't overcall and have patience. When that gobbler's out there hammering 75 yards, you can feel it. I mean, you can just feel it in the woods. It's hard to explain unless you're there. But it's really easy to continue calling just because you want to hear it and you want to feel more of it. Like I said, it's like a drug. So if you can try and avoid overcalling, this is going to come with experience too. You're just going to have to learn when to call and when not to call. But for beginners, if you've got a turkey out there and he's gobbling good, try and call less and try and get him to work his way over to you. We're trying to flip the switch in nature here. It's hard to do, but their testosterone's running high. It's their time of year to breed, and they'll get interested a lot of the time. And the second part of this tip is going to be having patience. This one's hard to do. When you have a gobbler out there, you've been calling to him, he's shut up, it's been 10, 15 minutes, you're thinking maybe I should make a move, maybe I should try and find a new spot. Give it at least 30 minutes after the last call or last gobble before you decide to get up and move. I've had this happen a few times. I've waited 10, 15 minutes, gotten up, and he's putted and flew out of there, run out of there. All right, it can happen. They're smart. They're in the area. They're checking things out. Most likely they're still around. So give it some time before you decide to get up and leave. And tip number 5, the last tip, is going to be know your gear. Pattern your shotgun before you go out in the field. You should know what range you're capable and comfortable shooting at in order to be deadly to a turkey. You surely don't want to miss, and you surely don't want to wound one. So pattern your gun before you go, find out what ammo works in your gun, and make sure you're comfortable and confident when you're shooting at a turkey. Another great gear tip, especially in the South, in Florida, in Georgia, in the Southeast, is having a thermocell with you. A lot of the times the mosquitoes can be ruthless and brutal in the springtime, so take a thermocell with you, turn it on when you get sat down. That way you're not swatting at mosquitoes and scaring turkeys off with all that movement you got going on. Another insect related tip is spraying your gear, your vest, your clothes, your hat, whatever you have, with some type of tick repellent spray. We use Sawyer's permethrin, spray it down the night before you go, and be ready in the next morning, and it generally helps keep the ticks off of you. And one final gear tip is to have a pair of little garden pruners in your bag. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down trying to set up on a turkey and there have been little limbs in the way, and I've had to reach out in front and break them down. They won't break, and it just becomes loud and becomes a mess. I use these all the time. If I'm setting up and there's something in my shooting lane and I want to cut it down before the turkey gets in there, these are quiet, they're extremely capable, and they help clear a lane for you if you need to. All right, guys, if this is your first year at turkey hunting, I hope you can use some of these tips that I gave to your advantage and help you harvest a turkey. This is the best time of year. It's right around the corner. Soak in every minute, and let's get after it.